Hello and welcome to another episode of Apetite. I'm Tristan.
Hi, I'm Brittany.
And yeah, so I guess it's official now. You're my co-star now of this podcast.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah is right. Alrighty. Not much to talk about, but we'll get into it in a second. Today we're going to be talking about a few things. Well, only two things, really. Power Rangers and Wonder Woman. I know I didn't talk about Wonder Woman on the podcast. I may have or may not have. I mean,
no,
I don't
we
know.
Didn't talk about
I don't think I have, no.
No.
And I don't think, and we're also going to be talking about the new Power Rangers movie that came out like 3 months ago. But before we get into that, how was your day? How are you doing right now?
Well, funny you should ask. My life has gone to shit.
Oh, okay. that was quick. Yeah, that was something to be saved for before we started recording. I liked how we didn't really say much. I just called you. They're like, yep, we're going to record today. And the first thing you say is, life is shit.
Yep.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, hopefully this podcast, this episode will, brighten your day just a little bit. So,
Sure.
Yeah. I guess I would say life is kind of shit too because, oh my God, I've been waiting to get days off of work. Oh, it's crazy. I mean, I'm not going to get into it where I work at anyways, but it's crazy at work, and I've been like longing to get off, like have a day off or two. So yeah, I mean, ugh. Yeah, so what did you do on your day off?
I went to hang out with some friends, and then I came home to play games with those same friends.
Oh. Okay, so, alright, don't go into details about how it turned really bad. Wait,
Today's not the reason why my life is shit.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, alrighty. Well, my day was pretty interesting, I guess. I mean, I saw the new Scarlett Johansson movie, Rough Night. And
did you like it?
I did. I actually had a pretty entertaining time with it. I mean, it's not like nothing like new and refreshing or whatever. I mean, it's just, It's another crude comedy movie, which is, it's fine. But yeah, I mean, I was curious to see Scarlett Johansson in a comedy, and it was great. It was much better than Baywatch, I'll tell you that. Because with Baywatch, I didn't...
Did you see Baywatch?
I did see Baywatch. And, I mean, that's why I'm bringing it up.
Oh, Lord.
Did you see it?
No, but I want to.
Oh, my God. Okay. It might be for you, but for me, I barely laughed. I don't know if... I don't know. I guess... I don't know. And this is, like, the first movie that I saw Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in. Like,
wait, really?
Yeah, like this is the first actual movie that I sat down and actually watched the whole thing with him in it.
Like not Fast and the Furious?
No, I don't like Fast and the Furious at all. I was never into it. Even, like, I knew someone back in, whenever I was in kindergarten in first grade, I knew one guy that loved Fast and Furious, and...
Yes, he should.
I mean, I probably should, and I know it's not about the cars or whatever, it's about family or whatever, but I don't know, don't really get that attachment from it. But I was kind of like devastated when Paul Walker died, and I was like, man,
Aww.
I mean, I may not like those movies, but I mean, you just look at that franchise and how much money it makes, that must have hurt a lot for people. I mean... Yeah. It was messed up, and I was just like, God, I can't even imagine what the fans and his family's going through. Like, this guy just gave entertainment to everyone, and that was really his thing. Like, everything else didn't make much money, but with Fast and the Furious, everyone knew him. I mean, that was crazy. But But yeah, I've never been into Fast and Furious, but I will say there is a car movie that's coming out, and it's coming out next week on Wednesday, if I remember correctly, and that's Baby Driver. And like I said, I'm not into cars, but
I want to see that.
Yeah, I do too. And the only reason I'm seeing it is because it's Edgar Wright. I mean, for those who don't know, Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, The World's End, which is probably my favorite movie of his, because that was the first movie that I actually watched, and then later went and saw Shaun of the Dead and all his other movies. Like, honestly, Edgar Wright is great. I love his movies so much. I mean, they're comedies, but they're not like the comedies you see nowadays with most studios making that crude humor or whatever. And it's just, I enjoy that. But yeah, Baywatch, I hardly laughed, and I think the only thing I liked about that movie was Dwayne Johnson and Zac Efron, even though their jokes were just not right at all. And that was the thing with it. I mean, I knew going in this was going to be like 21 Jump Street, and that's fine. But you got to make me laugh at least, and I barely laughed, and yeah, just not good.
Right.
But with Rough Night, I had a great time with it. I mean, I would definitely love to see Scarlett Johansson do more comedies after seeing this, and yeah, I had a great time with it. I mean, would I recommend it seeing in the theater? I mean, you can if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, it's still an entertaining movie, and I really enjoyed it, and honestly, I'm glad, because I didn't want to, because I don't know how many movies Scarlett Johansson is going to be in this year, but so far I've known she's been in 2 this year with Ghost of the Shell and Rough Night. And Ghost in the Shell, I saw the anime afterwards, and I understand that, in their head they couldn't really translate that anime into film, but I don't know, you could have had it right there. But the main problem I had with it was Scarlett Johansson, because she, in my eyes, she is not an action star at all. She works best as an action star when she's in a supporting lead, like your Avengers movies or your MCU movies, basically. She works better in that because, when I saw her in Ghost in the Shell, it's like she's very much like Black Widow. I mean, they're 2 different characters, but as she portrayed the robot and Ghost in the Shell, she was very stiff and very badass, and every time she brought an emotional performance, I didn't really buy it at all, because it's the same as with her in the MCU movies. But yeah, Rough Night, after that I really want to see her do more comedy. I'm pretty sure this is the first comedy that I saw with her in it. Right. So yeah, so I saw Rough Night, and then afterwards I listened to the new Nickelback album. So, and yeah, I mean, there were just some songs I liked, and I don't know about you, but I never understood the hate for Nickelback. But I mean, I could totally understand why people get so, say their love songs are shit. I mean, yeah, most of them are, but there are some that are pretty good. But overall, it's whatever. Can't really blame them for what they hate or whatever. Anyways, let's get down to it. Alrighty, so Brittany here recently saw Power Rangers, which was I mean, after we ended the last episode, I was like, do you see Power Rangers by any chance? And of course you didn't see it. And then, I don't know, what was it, like days later, you're like, I just saw it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I don't think I did a review for Power Rangers on this podcast, but, Brittany, what did you think about it? I mean, I imagine, you have a lot to say.
Oh, okay. First of all, you'd imagine wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know, it definitely wasn't my childhood. Like, I don't feel like it represented my childhood that.
You were never a Power Rangers fan.
What?
You never
Yes,
were.
I was.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. So you love Power Rangers, obviously.
Okay. Listen, I don't love Power Rangers, but let's just say every morning before school, I'd wake up and watch.
All right.
So,
right. And which one was it? Was it the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or?
I don't know. I just know it was Power Rangers, and like I'd sing "Go Go Power Rangers."
Okay, that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah. So it just didn't represent what you loved about the show, basically. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, like some things I'd like look at it and I'm like, and then I don't know. It didn't feel right.
It didn't feel like Power Rangers in your eyes, basically.
Yeah, it just didn't feel right.
I mean, so what were you expecting from the movie? I mean, I don't know if you were looking forward to it from the beginning. When they announced it,
Like, I was honestly expecting all the cheesiness. Like, I was expecting like blow up, like late like jumps. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I was like expecting all of that, even though it was like one of the
yeah, totally
Hollywood movies. I was still like expecting it, and I don't know why I was, but.
Right. I mean, for me, you go back and listen to the episodes of Spoil Your Appetite. I mean, I've been, in the beginning, I was excited to hear that they're going to do a Power Rangers movie. I was just like, in this day and age, yeah. I mean, you got all the superhero crazy movies and whatnot, and why not have a Power Rangers movie? And I remember I was so excited, and granted, I didn't know the cast at all, and when the first trailer came out, it basically gives you that tone it's going for. Very, very realistic in a way, and very dark-ish, I guess. Not really dark. I would say it's more realistic, more than dark, because there's not a lot of dark things going on in the movie. And I remember seeing that first trailer, and I was like, this is not what I was expecting. For me, like, and I understood that they were going to go that way, but I was like, I appreciate you guys going for the realistic take, but it's like, I was honestly expecting, not the show or anything, but I was expecting, like, a Marvel movie. Like, I was expecting that, and I didn't get that from the first trailer, and I was so, like, I don't know if I'm looking forward to this now. And then you see Alpha, like the pictures of Alpha, and I was like, this is Alpha just did some meth or something. Like, I couldn't do it. And then I hear Bryan Cranston was cast as Zordon, which is funny because he was part of the show when he was starting out, and he was playing Zordon, and I was like, I can't. It'd be really cool if they would actually do the giant floating head, but I don't see that they're going to do it. I imagine Zordon would be like in some sort of like bottle, and it's a hologram, and he's in it, and he's trying to, teach the Rangers and stuff. And I was very surprised when they actually went with the big head, but in the wall, and I was like, okay, you guys are something else. I'm glad you guys stuck with that, because that's just, I wouldn't have a problem if they changed it, but I was just like, that's some shit that they're doing right there. That's great. And
right.
Seeing the suits for the first time, I was like, all right, cool. Looks modern, updated, and very nice. And then they released the second trailer, and I was like, and it was more fun and upbeat, and I was like, okay, this is what I was looking for. And so I go in, and I saw this, I gotta imagine I saw this opening day, actually. I went in, didn't know what to expect. I was hoping, like I said, I was hoping for a fun, upbeat movie, like your Marvel movie. And, I saw the movie, walked away, and I was very surprised by it. I was so shocked because in the movie, spoilers obviously, in the movie, it's more about the characters than seeing them in the suits. And they get in the suits until like the last like 20 minutes or so. And that's what I really appreciated about this movie, is that they were going for more of like character development. And I was like, I couldn't be more proud and just excited that they actually went that way, because it could have been like worse. It could have gone downhill. And I was surprised, and they did do some little changes, and I actually loved it. I mean, I very much love Power Rangers, specifically the first show. And it's all like recently, a few years back, I recently got into it, and I love Power Rangers. And Tommy is my favorite Ranger. I mean, I know everyone else is like the other ones, but Tommy was always my favorite because they actually kept him around, and I actually binged the original show. And it's interesting how he went from a bad guy, from Green Ranger to White Ranger, and then later on he's in Power Rangers Zeo and Power Rangers Turbo, and then later, years down the road, he came back for Dino Thunder, I guess. And it was just, I mean, you follow that actor, Jason David Frank, on Instagram. He has nothing but love, and he's still very active when it comes to Power Rangers and stuff, and to the point where he actually came back for 2 videos on YouTube, Superpower Beatdown, where he portrayed both. He got back in the White Ranger suit and the Green Ranger suit, and it was great. And I love the fact that they actually had a cameo. It was Tommy and Kimberly in it. I was just like, oh, when that happened, when it showed them, I just felt, I nearly bursted in tears, because I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. I mean, overall, I enjoyed Power Rangers, and I would love to see a second one, but honestly, I don't see it happening. And yeah, they had a plan to make like 7 other movies, and with spin-off movies, and it's like, see, that's what you don't do. You don't announce movies, and then when your movie tanks, just, no. Like, I really think, because I think, if I remember correctly, Power Rangers overall, the box office made, with worldwide, I think it made $120 million back, and the budget was $100 million, and so it's possible they can make a second one, but I don't know. I mean, they just got their money back, and you know, in order to greenlight a sequel, for those who don't know, it's basically you have your budget and you gotta, you know, double that. So if it's 100, this movie should have made at least 200 to get a guaranteed sequel. And since it didn't, fine. Oh well. I mean, it's fine. I don't mind it. I mean, and even though they had a post-credit scene in the movie, and I heard about it. I heard that there was a post-credit scene, and I said it's either 2 things. It's either one, it's going to set up who the next villain is, or it's going to be something that has to deal with Tommy Oliver. And sure enough, it was about Tommy Oliver, and I was like, man, if there's a sequel, I can't imagine who they're going to cast as Tommy. I mean,
I kind of figured there'd be a sequel just because it's the Power Rangers.
I mean, yeah, but then again, if you look at it overall, I mean, that show basically defies what that show is, and with the movie, you know, it's a different take, and you just gotta, you know, market it to get everyone else in. And so I think Power Rangers overall making its money back, you know, you need more people. You don't just need the fans, you need other people. And Power Rangers isn't as popular. Granted, it's still going on with the new shows and whatnot, but it's the movies, and it's like a totally different thing with the movies. And so I don't know. I would love to see a Power Rangers sequel, but if not, fine. I'm okay with that. I mean, I guess they'll try again some years down the road. And if that happens, great. I mean, I really enjoyed Power Rangers. I did love the little changes that they did, where it turns out Zordon was the original Red Ranger and Rita was the Green Ranger. I thought that was nice, and they actually kind of introduced the Zeo crystals, which they're crystals that help, you know, it basically connects to Power Rangers Zeo. I won't get into it, but it was nice. I love the little changes that they did, and it worked for me. But yeah, overall, Power Rangers, I was very surprised by it because I was not expecting more focused on character development than, you know, action going on with, you know, your typical action movies. Anyways, so yeah, that's my thoughts on Power Rangers. Any last thoughts on Power Rangers, Brittany?
Not really. You said it all.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Let's talk about the real subject of this episode, and that is Wonder Woman. We were gonna do it last week, but we were kind of talking off the rails with Supernatural and all that fun business. But now this episode is more dedicated to Wonder Woman. Alright, Brittany, you want me to take this away, or do you want to take it away?
I can take it away.
Alrighty, go for it.
So, Wonder Woman is... How did I describe it? I described it as something. Hang on.
You wrote it on Facebook or somewhere?
No, I thought about it. I described it as the movie that saved the DC
Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, just because Batman vs. Superman sucked ass. And then Suicide Squad was okay, but it wasn't like... I mean, it's something that I'm going to watch over and over again, because of the Joker. But it's not like I'm watching it because,
right.
Killer Croc or anybody like that.
Right.
I'm watching it specifically so I can... The Joker's quote.
Right.
So when watching Wonder Woman, I actually... everybody was saying, good, blah, blah, blah. I went in expecting the worst. Like, I really
right.
did. And,
yeah. I totally understand, because I remember when Batman vs. Superman was coming out, I was on Twitter, and there was a bunch of articles saying, early reactions say, Batman vs. Superman is better than The Dark Knight. And I was like, yeah, that's a tall...
God, no.
Yeah, that's a tall order. And I was just like, look, nothing's going to touch The Dark Knight when it comes to Batman, because it's like,
right.
That's a tall order. I mean, the closest to The Dark Knight that I would say in the comic book genre film, I would say what beats it in my mind, just by a tad, is Logan. I mean, because, that's basically, because it's like, for one, we've seen Hugh Jackman's character for so long, and when you watch that knowing what happens in the previous X-Men that deal with Wolverine, you totally get why he's just given up, not really wanting to be the hero, and just wants to live his days with Charles and all that business. And yeah, Batman vs. Superman out. When I read that comment, I was like, there's no way it's better than that. And sure enough, went in, saw it, I was right, and yeah. Anyways, back to you, Brittany.
So I went into Wonder Woman, and I was just kind of ready to be disappointed. And then it became like a whirlwind of emotions, of crying, and it was just like sadness in the end. And like it really shocked me that they ended it with sadness.
Right.
Like, it shocked me to no end, and I was like, no, why would you do that? Like, I was just boo-hooing. I was walking out of the theater, like, crying, and my dad was like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm not okay.
Right. We will get into spoilers in a minute or two, and here's my opening thoughts on Wonder Woman. As I told Brittany a couple episodes back, it is basically like the modern-day version of the Christopher Reeve Superman the movie. And I read comments that was their inspiration, and it totally shows in the movie. I mean, for me, I mean, like you said, it saved the DC Cinematic Universe. and I agree, but the reason why I felt it works is because it has nothing to do with the future movies. It basically tells her origin story, why she basically left man's world and stopped basically fighting or whatever. And granted, creatively, I would have done something totally different, but I did theorize that one of the things why she would stop. I did theorize it, and I had like 3, and basically one of them was right. And yeah, Wonder Woman, I saw this movie twice, and first time watching it, and Mom, if you're listening, I'm sorry, I couldn't wait. I really couldn't wait. So I went in like when I first heard about Wonder Woman coming, and I was like, finally, and I saw the first trailer, and I was like, this is going to be something special. I just know it. And so afterwards, I didn't watch any marketing, and I still haven't watched the trailers that they released because I was afraid that they were going to give way too much away, like they did with Batman v Superman. And so, as I've said on this podcast, I've learned my lesson from Batman v Superman watching all their marketing stuff, and so I only watched the Comic-Con trailer, and that was pretty much it. And I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting. I was thrilled. I was excited to see this. And so, go in, and first off, the fact that they had their own little logo, DC, that was great. I will say it was funny as hell to see Green Lantern be the first one to show up, and I was like, yeah, I'm still waiting where he's at. I mean, I need Green Lantern to be in this. I need to see him. Like, I want a proper execution of him. But anyways, damn. Okay, so the movie opens with Themyscira, and it was like, my heart sank because I was so, like, emotional, and Themyscira just looked amazing, and I nearly broke down because I was like, this looks so damn beautiful, and the Amazons and all of them, and just, oh my god, everything about the opening was probably my favorite thing about the movie. But yeah, I guess we'll now get into spoilers. I mean, okay, so with spoilers being ahead or whatever, tell me about your favorite things about the movie. Like, what scenes stand out to you the most?
My favorite scenes are one when she defies her mother. I don't know why, but that was a good scene.
Despise her? Or?
Like,
disobeying, basically.
Yeah, that word.
Right.
And I thought that was cool just because, like, it takes a lot of courage to talk up against your mom.
Right.
She is your mom.
Yeah.
And so then, my other favorite scene, even though it was like the horrible sad scene, when she like explodes or whatever. So she was like, "I can't hear you. I can't hear you."
Oh, that.
And, yeah, and then it kind of like comes into clear afterwards, and he was like, "I love you."
Right.
I started bawling so much. I was like, "No, no." And then he like blew up. I was like,
yeah.
And she gets all crazy, and I'm like,
oh my god. That part, and that was one of the things I theorized was, you know, there's 3 options why she leaves man's world and ends up coming back in BVS. Because my 3 theories were basically, 1, Steve Trevor's gonna die,
right,
or you know, she, you know, stops, like, she just can't handle it anymore. Like, no matter what she does, she can't stop war. and that's why she leaves. And I guess that kind of is why she left. That is part of why she left, because she knows deep down, like, with Ares out of the way, which, again, I'll get into Ares later. She can't stop the war, even if you kill Ares. And, you know, Steve Trevor blowing up, I was like, wow. I mean, it's Chris Pine, first of all, but I loved how they didn't show him exploding in the plane or whatever. They just did it. They just showed the plane blowing up. And so that makes me theorize that I feel like they could use that advantage by using the Flash, going back in time, and saving Steve Trevor. But it would pose the question, why didn't Steve pop in Wonder Woman's life through the years or whatever? Or maybe it's, he pulls Steve Trevor from this is World War I, so this would be 1910s, and pulls them into 2017 or whatever. And yeah, I feel like that they could use that advantage. But yeah, when she watched the plane blow up, I was like, and she just goes to town. I was like, oh my god, this very much reminds me of. At first, it reminded me of the moment in Kingdom Come, the comic, where basically, in the comic, Superman is fighting Shazam, and the government basically. So there's this whole breakout between the old heroes and the new heroes, and the government steps in and basically shoots a missile that can basically take out all the heroes. And when it hits them, Shazam basically grabs the missile and takes it up to the sky, and Superman's trying to stop him or whatever. And so ultimately Shazam paid the price along with others, and all it is in the next panels you see, it's Superman by himself. There's like smoke everywhere, and you just see his red eyes basically glow up, and he just screams and just goes, like, bolts out of the battle area and basically goes to like a bank and is literally trying to bring down the roof on top of people, and he doesn't succeed because he eventually there's a preacher in it. It's basically from this preacher's point of view, and the preacher basically calms Superman down, saying it's not your fault. And you know, there's other heroes. Some of the heroes did survive, and it's like, don't let this get to you, because in the comic, Superman basically leaves because there's new heroes, and he feels he's not important and whatnot. And so I was that whole scene with Wonder Woman just kicking everyone's ass, but then I realized, no, this is definitely from Superman the movie, where, you know, Superman's doing all this stuff and he couldn't save Lois, and in doing so he flies up and turns back time and whatnot. And so
oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it just hit me when I was thinking about it. And so Wonder Woman is something else. So what else did you like about Wonder Woman? What scenes stood out to you? Or is that mainly it?
Hang on, I'm pretty sure I can come up with.
The battle area where she steps on those ladders, and you know.
Oh, I like that. I like the slow motion battle stuff that they did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's great. I mean, for me, I'm not keen on slow motion when it comes to action, but I will say, while most of it didn't work for me because I couldn't stand the slow motion, some of it did. And, you know, well, there's my one negative about this movie. Too much slow motion, but some of it was pretty cool. Yeah, sorry, didn't mean to overtake.
No, you're cool.
Oh, okay. Okay, is that, what else? I mean, is that mainly it? So the slow motion, the part where Steve Trevor tells Diana, I love you.
Oh, that was so cute.
Yeah, I mean, I liked how they were a thing, but it wasn't like forced on you.
Right.
I like that they're still trying to do, they're on a mission, yet they're totally in love with each other, but they don't show it as much. And I love that. I love that so much. And
right.
Yeah. So that's basically it. So the slow motion, the I love you part, and what else? Was that all?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Alrighty. For me, of course, my favorite moment was the mascara, just that whole opening, and I was kind of bummed when we left. I was like, damn, I want to see more. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what, I mean, just, there's a lot of great moments in it. I mean, I love the fish out of water story that they did with her. I thought it was appropriate because this is the first time she's come into a man's world, and so good. And everything about this movie was great, and I loved it so much. It does give me hope for what's to come. I love that, and I think that's why this movie worked so much, is because Zack Snyder wasn't in control, like in full control, whereas he was with Batman v Superman and a part of Suicide Squad. And yeah, I just felt, this is what it can look like. It can still work in this universe as long as you don't have Zack Snyder on. And he was part of the story process, which is great. I don't know how much, but awesome. But yeah, it does. I am definitely looking forward to what's to come, because for once I was like, okay, I only have 2 issues with this movie, and I'll get to them in a second. But besides those 2 issues, everything was just phenomenal. I couldn't be more excited to see what's to come, especially with Wonder Woman. And the fact that this is the first Wonder Woman live action cinema movie and it succeeded, awesome, just awesome. Alrighty, let's just get into some negatives about the movie. Brittany, do you have a lot? Or are you like me, where I just had just 2 things and that was mainly it?
Didn't really have any negatives.
Oh, wow. Okay, so for me, that's fine. That's totally fine. For me, I only had 2 negatives. One of them, of course, was, the slow motion. Some of it worked, but most of the time it really didn't work for me. And the second thing I had a gripe with was Ares. Now, I'm not talking about the performance of Ares. I thought the guy from Harry Potter or whatever was a great Ares, but I just would have loved to see more. Like, I get it, his presence is definitely there in the movie, but I would have loved to see more of him. And I also would have loved a better fight between him and Wonder Woman. I don't know. It would have been much cooler if they just did, a traditional, fighting or whatever, not like going through buildings and explosions in the background and whatnot. Would have been nice if it was just one-on-one. He can still throw his swords at her or whatever. But I just wanted to keep it on the ground. You don't need to go everywhere. And I don't know. I just would have loved to see more Ares. And the twist thing, fuck you, internet, because I knew who was going to be Ares because I saw on my Tumblr, it's this guy as Ares, and I was like, oh, okay. And then, I'm kind of just waiting on him to, like, pop out, and nothing. And I was like, oh, fuck. And she thinks, Wonder Woman thought it was mainly, who was it? The general guy? And she kills him, and I was like, oh no, they're gonna do this shit. And sure enough, it happens, and I was like, for those who didn't know, it must have been really shocking, but for me, I was just like, maybe it would have been better had I not known this, but I think I would have caught up on it earlier in the movie, and I still would have hated it. But yeah, I needed more Ares, but I will say I am happy that they put him in the suit, which was that was the thing I was looking for, because when they started fighting and he's just throwing stuff at her, and I'm just like, come on, put the suit on. Put the damn suit on. I want to see it. And so he finally does, and I love that he forms metal, just melted metal on him, just like that. And I was like, oh, that's pretty badass. And I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's mostly CGI, and well, I gotta imagine it's CGI. I don't know. I would have to watch that movie a third time just to see if it's like mostly CGI, but it was pretty damn cool to see him in the suit. And yeah, I'm excited that Wonder Woman was so good. I mean, minus my 2 gripes with the movie, and that's it. Like, I could definitely watch this movie over and over again, whereas with Suicide Squad, I could watch again. But with Batman v Superman, it's a whole lot of talking. It's not interesting, doesn't have enough action beats in it. And, of course, I could watch Man of Steel. I mean, as far as, like, DC CU movies go, where would you rank Wonder Woman?
It's definitely above Batman and Superman. Jesus. It's above Suicide Squad. I know that one.
So it's basically your number 1.
As of right now, yeah.
Okay, so your list is basically Wonder Woman, Man of Steel, Suicide Squad, Batman v Superman.
Oh, I forgot about Man of Steel.
Yeah, Man of Steel is definitely...
Okay, so Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad, Man of Steel, and Batman vs. Superman, because I didn't like Man of Steel either.
Wow. I'm kind of... Yeah, so wait. So Man of Steel, Suicide Squad, Batman v Superman, Wonder Woman. Alright, there's 4. Okay, so for me, obviously it's definitely Man of Steel is number 1, because that was something. That was really something. I mean, that was a time where I was finally getting into the comics, me actually wanting to read comics and whatnot. So Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, obviously, Suicide Squad, and Batman v Superman. Like, I don't think Batman v Superman will ever be above something. It will just always be at the bottom for me, because I was so let down by that movie. I mean, I'm glad it exists, and I'm glad we got a nice Batman v Superman fight, but overall I was just like, it's too much. I don't know. It's not what I really wanted, but it's got some cool stuff in it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, for me, I could see definitely Wonder Woman being the, like, how I look at Man of Steel as very, like, this movie basically changed my life, and not changed my life, but this movie made me want to be into comics more and more, and just want to be a nerd. I could definitely see Wonder Woman being that movie for women getting into comics and whatnot because of this movie. And I just think that's so amazing that this movie succeeded at doing that. Like, I could totally see it happening.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wonder Woman, just great. May not be better than Man of Steel, but goddamn it, is it worth the watching. It's so much fun to watch. And the humor, oh my god, the humor in it, it works. That's how you do it, Suicide Squad. If you're going to have comedy, don't make a joke like every scene that you're in. Just make it subtle. Make it like, like I compared it to the Marvel movies. Now I can compare it to Wonder Woman. Make it like so subtle. It doesn't need to be like in every scene or whatever. I mean, I'm just looking forward to what's to come next. And from my understanding, from what I actually read, Justice League is coming out in November, and Warner Brothers is apparently not gonna set anything, like they're not gonna put anything in motion right now. I mean, Aquaman is shooting right now, and it's gonna be released, but it depends on Justice League where they're gonna go next. I mean, Aquaman will come out definitely because it's shooting, but they're really gonna really hold back until they see what happens with Justice League. Because I remember when Suicide Squad was like a huge hit, they announced a Harley Quinn movie, Suicide Squad 2, which is fine, Harley Quinn and a Deadshot movie. And I was like, oh no, not this shit. I was so goddamn angry. I was just like, maybe it'll be for the best. I mean, I get it. You know, everyone loved Harley Quinn and Suicide Squad, and it's Will Smith. You got to give him a movie.
Right.
And then Suicide Squad 2 makes sense, of course, and then they later changed Harley Quinn movie into a Gotham City Sirens movie, which then I was like, oh my god. And then you get Batgirl and Nightwing and all these movies, and I'm just like, oh no. No, just stop. I wasn't thrilled that they were announcing these movies. It's like, okay, stick with what you supposedly put out there, which is a line of the solo characters that will be in the Justice League, except Green Lantern and Shazam, and, you know, do those movies, and then you can do your Harley Quinn movie or your Deadshot movie and your Nightwing movie. I mean, I'm just so overwhelmed by this. It's like, I mean, I'm happy to see those characters, but it's like, you gotta earn that first. I mean, you know, the Batman movie needs to come out, and I don't know what's happening with that. Last thing that was announced is that the guy that did War for the Planet of the Apes and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is directing it, which I haven't seen those movies. I'm not going to, because it's just monkeys ruling the world, and I don't really care.
Not that bad.
I mean, they're intelligent and all, but I don't really care about those movies. And so, but the fact that they get high praise and they're looked at as like the greatest, you know, Planet of the Apes movies.
They're actually really good.
Yeah, I bet, but I'm still not going to see it. But the fact that they got that guy to do the Batman is great. Although I'm still kind of like, I kind of don't care, but I kind of do care that, you know, Ben Affleck is not directing the Batman. Mm-hmm. That kind of bums me out, because I mean, his directing movies are really wonderful. But yeah, the Batman needs to come out. And when that movie comes out, that's where you can introduce your Nightwing or your Batgirl. You know what? You can do both. They can just be there for a quick few scenes. They don't need to be supporting characters, because I just want it to be just about Batman. I mean, they just do it like they do in the comics or in the animated movies. What is it called? Under the Red Hood. I mean, Nightwing was in it for just a couple of minutes, and then, you know, he was gone. Just have it something like that, and then you can spin them off into movies. Because right now, it's just like, it's so weird not seeing them. It would be so weird not seeing them in the Batman movie. I mean, just doesn't make any sense. And yeah, I just do that and then spin them off, because it's just weird not seeing Batman and Batgirl and Nightwing just interacting with each other. It's so weird. But yeah, anyways, Wonder Woman. I can't wait to see what she does in Justice League, that's for sure. I mean, yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much the show. I mean, that's all we really got right now. I mean,
not a lot of nerd stuff came out.
Yeah, sadly. I mean, okay, well, I guess I will talk about a little bit of the comics that I actually read. Supergirl, and this is all basically DC Comics, DC Rebirth. Superman was great. I can't even get into it because it's so crazy, and it would take me a while to explain what's going on, but the gist of it is, so New 52 happened because of Flashpoint Paradox. So Rebirth comes along, and speculation is, why the world is basically changing is because of Dr. Manhattan. But anyways, Superman Rebirth. So it turns out, and I was very fucking confused as well when I started reading it. I was so lost, and then I looked up a YouTube video, and thank you to, God, I don't even know the YouTube channel that helped me. So basically, it is New 52. Superman dies, is permanently dead, and then, but pre-New 52 Superman is there to replace him, because apparently pre-New 52, along with all the other characters, were trapped inside some sort of place, and he managed to break out, and he's been hanging out in the New 52 world, and he hasn't really done anything. He was just watching the new Superman and the new Justice League, not his Justice League or whatever, members and whatnot, and he was basically hanging out in Smallville on a ranch with Lois and his son. And so when New 52 Superman dies, he comes back and takes that responsibility. And in the first issues, it's very heartbreaking, because he's just there at Superman's grave, just waiting here for him to come back. And it's Lana Lane that sees him, and at first she's like, "Oh my God, you're back!" And Superman's like, "I'm not your Superman." And she's like, "Well, what are you doing here?" And I'm like, and he goes, "I'm just waiting for him to come back." And she's like, he's gone though. And Superman basically tells her, I once died and I came back. And so basically he takes over as the new Superman, and in Justice League, he's not in the meetings with the Justice League or whatever, but he does show up and helps out a lot, and still hasn't earned that trust from Batman, obviously, but he later does and whatnot. And so yeah, that's basically what's going on with the Justice League Rebirth and Superman Rebirth. And then I read Wonder Woman Rebirth. She's not sure where Themyscira is, and she knows something is very wrong, something's changed, and she can't really figure it out, and whatnot. And it's pretty crazy. And then I read Aquaman Rebirth, which in the beginning I was kind of like, okay, they're going for that whole, he's so divided between, the Atlantean part of him and the dry land part of him, and it's just, he's just trying to earn, he wants to build that bridge for Atlantis and the world, but he's struggling. And Black Manta, so Aquaman basically hosts this party to get to know the Atlanteans and whatnot, and Black Manta basically fucks it all up, because his thing is, Aquaman, when he was younger, killed Black Manta's dad, and so Black Manta has been on a revenge type thing, and it basically ends with Aquaman basically telling him, "You kill me, you have nothing left. You have nothing. You have no strive. You have no motivation to go on." And so Black Manta gives up, and it was weird, but it made sense, and that was great. And I hope to see something like that in the movie. So later on, Aquaman, apparently Atlantis attacked a U.S. submarine, which he knows he didn't. So that happens, and he's trying to clean it all up, but the government is like, "You betrayed us. You want us to trust you, but we just can't." And so, Aquaman basically surrenders himself, and Mera's not happy about it. And so, apparently, the government finds Atlantis, the good Atlantis that are there to serve our Arthur. And the government finds them, and they're like, haha, proof, and whatnot. So Mara's like, okay, I can't do this. And so she basically, because Mara's thing is basically like, she is supporting Aquaman, even though deep down she's like, they'll never trust you. But she won't say anything, she's just holding it back. And so finally she breaks Aquaman out, and it's Aquaman and Mara going up against the army. And so the general is basically, all right, time to bring in the big guns. Next thing you know, Aquaman is like telling Mara to stop, and Mara's like, why? They will never, they'll never stop us, and blah, blah, blah. And Aquaman's just like, Mara, stop. And Mara turns around, and in front of Aquaman is Superman. And, oh my God, it was such great dialogue. And the gist of it is that, Aquaman is telling Superman, I'm trying to fix this. And Superman's like, you need to stop. Like, this is getting way too out of hand. And Aquaman's like, so you came here because they called you? He's like, no, I came by choice. And so Superman was like, let me help you. And Aquaman's just like, no, I just have to do this by my own. I have to do this and show them who's king, like what their king can do to help this. And so they break out, and at the same time, Aquaman is telling him, he's been the laughingstock, the one that everyone gets made fun of because, he talks to fish, even though he doesn't really talk to fish because fish has small brains. He just guides them. And it was great. And I remember reading this, and I'm just like, Aquaman at it again, taking on either one of his Justice League members or the whole Justice League, because in New 52, New 52 Aquaman, which is probably the best Aquaman stories I've read, where he's literally taken on the whole Justice League and just smacks them down like it was nothing. And yeah, so it was pretty nice. And at the end of the fight between Aquaman and Superman, Aquaman's army basically shows up, and Superman's like, yeah, so you want to make peace or whatever. And he's like, and Superman goes, why aren't they firing? And Arthur says, because they're just waiting for their king to say attack. And so Aquaman tells Superman, so are you going to let me go? And Superman's like, fix it or else. And that's where it ended off. And yeah, that was great. So I am definitely going to be reading more of it. I can't wait to start reading the rest of the comics that I have, and my volume comics that I collect. And I recently heard The Dark Knight, The Master Race finished up, which last I left off on it was... So, do you know anything about the Dark Knight series, Brittany? In the comics, I mean? Brittany?
No, I don't. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm here, sorry. I was far away from my mic.
Oh, okay, so, you heard of The Dark Knight Returns?
You talking about the movie?
The animated movie.
No.
Okay, so The Dark Knight Returns is basically the premise of what would it look like if Bruce Wayne was much older. And The Dark Knight Returns is like one of my favorite comics. And so they've done, this is now the third in the trilogy now. The second book was just, it had its moments, but overall it's just not the greatest thing to read. But The Master Race I felt was great because, different writers, even though Frank Miller's still on it. But last I left off was Batman gets put into the Lazarus pit, and so Bruce comes out younger than ever. And so I think when I first read it, I thought that was cool, but now I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to feel about this, because so far I was loving it, and overall, if I think this is shit, I still think The Dark Knight Returns is just a standalone comic. The other two sequels don't matter. So yeah, I mean, so far I'm enjoying The Dark Knight, The Master Race. I just need to catch up and hopefully I like the end results of those comics, and I still need to catch up on Justice League and the Power Rangers, because I love that crossover. I'm loving the crossover so much. So that's all the comic book talk I can do. Brittany, what about you? Have you read any comics or?
This comic that I bought like a week ago is staring me in the face.
Oh, you're reading it right now as we talk?
No, it's been closed and it's been staring at me because I haven't started it.
It has eyes?
Yep.
Oh my. Alrighty, so I guess that's this episode. I mean, wow. Next week's show is going to be something. Hopefully there will be news and whatnot. But yeah, that's Spoil Your Appetite for this week. I'm Tristan.
I'm Brittany.
And you've just been spoiled.